So before we start the video, I just want to mention that you can get access to over 1,000 medical and USMLE multiple choice questions on our website. New questions are added weekly, so just click the link in the description below to get instant access to them. In this video, we're going to be talking about the formation of tissue fluid. The main purpose of tissue fluid is to surround the cells of the body, and it provides a medium for the transport of oxygen and nutrients from the blood to the cells, and for the removal of carbon dioxide and waste products from the cells to the blood. Tissue fluid is formed because of the high hydrostatic pressure of arterial circulation when it reaches the capillaries, and this is because of the strong pumping mechanism of the heart. Since the blood has a high hydrostatic pressure once it reaches the capillaries, a lot of the fluid containing small molecules like oxygen and nutrients is forced out through pores in the capillaries, but larger cells like proteins and red blood cells remain in the blood. The process of the fluid being forced out of the capillaries and forming tissue fluid is called ultrafiltration. So just to recap, at the arterial end of the capillary, because of the high hydrostatic pressure, fluid containing small molecules like oxygen and glucose are forced out of micropores in the capillaries into the fluid surrounding the cells, and this fluid which is forced out is known as tissue fluid, and it's formed by the process of ultrafiltration. Cells are able to take up oxygen and glucose from the tissue fluid and release carbon dioxide and waste via the process of diffusion. At the venule end of the capillary, the blood has a low hydrostatic pressure because of the fluid lost from the arterial side. So the tissue fluid is going to drain back into the blood because of this, but now it contains a lot of carbon dioxide and waste products. The importance of this mechanism is that it allows oxygen and nutrients to reach the cells and for the waste products that are produced by the cells to be removed. Some things to note are large cells like proteins and red blood cells cannot pass through the micropores in the capillaries. White blood cells, on the other hand, are able to pass through the micropores. Another thing to note is that 90% of the tissue fluid drains back into the blood. The remaining 10% returns back to the blood circulation via the lymphatic system. There are lymph vessels which are located near to cells, and they transport lymph fluid back to the blood circulation. Once the tissue fluid enters the lymphatic system or the lymph vessels, it becomes known as lymph. If for some pathological reason tissue fluid cannot drain into the capillaries or the lymph vessels, we have a swelling as a result, and this is known as edema.